How you doing, YouTube? This evening I'm going to show you how to play the song Minute by Minute by the Doobie Brothers. This, of course, sung by Michael McDonald and mostly a keyboard song, but this 1978 hit off their Minute by Minute album is a great song. Kind of a medium shuffle song. I plucked this song because I like to add in some of the bass line, during the verses, so that you get that great sound that you can get with a keyboard on solo acoustic guitar. The song itself is in C major. The guitar's in standard tuning. I've got a little bit of delay, a very slight bit of delay on the guitar. So as before, I'm going to play a snippet of the song, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain each section. The song isn't that hard, although the introduction has some chords in it that are used again in the bridge that I'm going to have to show you how to play. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, that's a great song to play. It really is a great song to play. Let's start with a discussion about the introduction. If you listen to the way the album's played, the song's played rather, he starts out with a keyboard solo, and it's a keyboard solo that the bass is following along with. And the first chord on the keyboard solo, as I played on solo acoustic guitar, is a D minor 7th. That's the first position D minor 7th. So you're basically going to go D minor 7th to a C, to an F, to an F sharp diminished 7ths, to a C with a G bass, to an A minor, to a G with a B bass, to a C, and end on a C sharp diminished 7th. Okay, now I'm going to show you how that sounds, and then we're going to go back and I'll show you how to construct those chords, okay? Okay, so that's the chord sequence, and they play it twice during the introduction. Normally played on keyboard. I'm going to show you the chords. D minor 7th, first position D minor 7th, no problems there. You should know that if you're watching this video. C, first position, C, and I'm just plucking the major notes of the song. So I'm playing this all plucking style. So it's C. The next chord is an F, first position F, no problems there. You know that chord. The next chord is a bar G, or a bar C rather, on the 3rd fret. You lay your first finger across all the strings, and then you're going to do a half bar C by laying your ring finger from the 5th fret of the D string downward. And you're going to pluck from the G. You need to get the G as the bass. So that's a C with a G bass. The next chord is a G sharp diminished 7th. And the way you do this is, and I'll show you this first, you put your pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the D string. You put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, your ring finger on the 4th fret of the G string, and then your little finger on the 4th fret of the high E. And you're going to pluck those 4 strings. It's a diminished sound. That's a G sharp diminished 7th. Then you got to go to an A minor, 1st position. That's an easy one. Again, you're plucking from the A string, the 5th string. Next chord is a G with a B bass. Now, a G with a B bass is easy. You take your ring finger and you put it on the 3rd fret of the B string, and you put your little finger on the 3rd fret of the high E string, and then you take your pointer finger and you put it on the 2nd fret of the A string. That is a B note. So you want to get that B bass sound. So you're basically plucking that. Okay. Then you go to a C, standard C chord, 1st position. Easy. Then you end up on a C sharp diminished 7th. That's the same shape that you just did here on the 3rd fret, but you just slide it down once. So that's your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the B string, your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the G string, and your little finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. And you pluck those 4 strings, these 4 strings here, and you're going to get that sound, C sharp diminished 7ths. So now you repeat that whole sequence of chords twice, and you got to practice. I recommend you start practicing slow. So D minor, and then he repeats it. Whoa, I messed up. Okay, let's see if I can do it faster. But you got to get that down because it goes in the tempo. If you're doing the 12/8 tempo, it's pretty fast, medium shuffle. Okay, so we got that. The intro's down. The next chord, and you start plucking this plucking beat to get the syncopated rhythm with a D minor. So it's... The way I do it is I double pluck on the D string to get this rhythm. 1st position D minor 7th. And then you have to lay your ring finger here onto the G note of the low E, and you start plucking on that. So after that last C sharp diminished 7th, you start the rhythm. Boom, boom. Okay? And then you do a little walk up to get to a C major 7th. This is this little bass run that I think is cool if you add it in there. You're just basically starting on the G, the G of the low E here. That's the 3rd fret of the low E to an A, which is the 5th fret of the low G. And then you go to the 3rd fret of the A string. And then you bounce to the A minor, or C major 7th. So you go to the C major 7th. So it's, the notes are... And you bounce that. And you're just doing that. You can add some other embellishments if you want. I think the bass is doing some crazy stuff at that. And you set that beat again. You're basically going to do that double beat. That's a C major 7th that I'm showing you right now. That's your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. Your 1st finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string. And you're just plucking the middle 4 strings. And the verses start on this. Hey, don't worry, I've been lied to. I've been here many times before. Okay. The next note, or the next chord, is an F sharp, or actually F7th suspended fourth. I'm sorry, F7th suspended fourth. Now that's made by placing your first finger over the first fret of all the strings, and then you use your ring finger on the third fret of the A string, your little finger on the third fret of the G string, and you're basically plucking the upper four strings, or these lower four strings, I'm sorry, so that you get that F bass sound. So it's same beat. So that's an F7th suspended fourth. And then you're going to go to an F7th, which is you're basically going to put your middle finger down on the second fret of the G string. Same beat. So you go F7th. Okay, so you're going to go. Let's go ahead and let me play that a little faster tempo so that you get that. Girl, you don't worry, I know where you stand. Okay. Okay, the next chord is a G7 suspended fourth, so you just take that whole shape and you slide it up 2 frets, and you're going to get to the G7 suspended fourth sound, same beat and everything. I don't need your love, and you're going to go to a G7th in the third fret here, same shape as you did before, except it's 2 frets higher. G7th, so you're going to get that. So let me play that at regular speed, those 2 lines, because that repeats for the next 2 lines after. So it's, girl, you don't worry, I know where I stand. I don't need this love. I know I could turn, blink and you'd be gone. I must be prepared anytime to carry on. So it's back again to G7 suspended fourth to G7. And then you get into basically the chorus, which is starts on an F major 7th, but you got to play from the A as your bass. You're only playing the middle 4 strings, so it's minute by minute by, back to a G7 suspended fourth. Minute by minute, I keep holding on to a C major 7th. And then you might want to throw in that little riff. Minute by, second line, same thing, F major 7th to a G7 suspended fourth to a C major 7th. Okay, now the second verse is exactly the same, no issues there. You just play it exactly as I did before. Okay, now let's talk about the bridge before as we get into it. So on the last line of the second verse, you're going to be ending up on C major 7. And they're going to get back into the bridge. Now the bridge leads off with the same little introduction that you did at the intro, and I won't go through those chords again. But you're going to sort of make a transition into it by going from a B flat to a B to an A. So you're going to go. So you're going to, after you come from a C major 7th, I keep holding on. You're back to this single stabs. Do it only one time, so you're going to go B, or B, I'm sorry, B, you're going to go B flat, and then an A, okay, to an E minor 7th. Call my name and I'll be gone. Use the low E as your bass, so it's Call my name and I'll be gone. And then you're going to do a little walk down from a B to an A to a C major 7th. You'll reach out and I won't be there. That's first position, C major 7th. We talked about that chord. And then you're going to go to you're going to walk from a C to a B to an A minor 7th. Just my luck, you'll realize. That's an A minor 7th, first position. You should know that chord already. And then you're going to go to a D7 suspended 4th, which is essentially a D7th in your first position, and then you move this, you cover the 3rd fret of the high E to get the D7 suspended 4th sound. You should spend your life, same little beat, you should spend your life with someone. You could spend your life with someone. Okay, now you're going to do the minute by minute again, except now you're going to change keys, okay? You're going to go to a slightly higher key in order to do it. And you're going to start the minute by minute by playing it on the C major 7th. Minute by minute, okay? So it's same beat, minute by minute, C major 7th. Go to the D7 suspended 4th, minute by minute, I'll keep. So D7 suspended 4th to a G major 7th. And you put a D major, or G major 7th is your finger on the 3rd fret of the low E and your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the high E, and you're just doing that same beat. And basically the song outros on this. Minute by minute by minute by minute, I keep holding on. C major 7th, D7 suspended 4th to a G major 7th. Okay, that's pretty much in a nutshell how to play the song Minute by Minute by the Doobie Brothers. This is the keyboard era. This is the R&B Doobies. But it's a great song. I've seen it only a couple of times being played on solo acoustic guitar. I know it's been covered a lot. It's a great song. As before, if you have any questions about this or any of the other videos that I've made, go ahead and leave me a question or comment at my YouTube channel, and I'll catch you later.